Hey everybody! Thought I'd hop on here today for a little video because I know Christmas is coming up. We're doing the drawing and stuff, and I wanted to come on here today because it's Sunday and everything's chill. I'm just gonna sit here and see if anybody hops on for a minute. Drinking my first cup of coffee. I wish you guys saw how I felt before coffee so I could be even more authentic with you guys. Because I do not feel this calm while I'm making my cup and while kids are running around me. So that's why I wanted to, hey Emily, hop on here and talk about parenting out of fear, making choices out of fear, and how to know when to ignore your fear. Because these are things, fear is the big thing that's coming up for not only me, but a lot of people around me, a lot of people talking to me on a regular basis. So that's how I know that it needs to be talked about and people need to hear it because there's like a pattern going on. And I need to hear it too because I'm going through, one of those times in life. So, parenting out of fear, basically, if you're parenting out of being scared you're going to be like your parents, or being scared your kid's going to turn out a certain way, or being scared of anything revolving around parenting, like when you parent out of fear, when you're in fear in general, not even just in parenting, but when you're in a state of fear, you end up pulling into you what you're afraid of. So I try to be really, really careful because and I relate this to addiction a little bit, right? So when people are in addiction, if they're saying oh my God, don't relapse, don't relapse, don't relapse, don't relapse, don't relapse, all their brain is seeing is relapse, relapse, relapse. It's obsessing over the thing that you don't want. So it's never not thinking about it, right? So, when you think about what you do want to be like and what your goal is instead of what you don't want to be like, that's what you end up working towards or drawing in. And that's especially involving parenting, because if you know everything you don't want to be as a parent, but you have no idea what your goal is as a parent, then you aren't going to hit a goal that you don't have. So, hey Kate. So, when you need to hit a goal as a parent and you're working towards something, or you want your kid to be happy, healthy like this, or you want your parenting to be this way and this is what you're comfortable with and you aim towards that, that is what you're going to get. When you're working out of fear, that is actually what you're going to end up getting. And making any choices out of fear, guys, literally any choices out of fear, that's not trusting and that's not being in the energetic flow with things. And I know this, I get a little bit sciencey and I get a little bit woo, but seriously, I want you guys to know that when I was a teenager, I didn't pay for my first car. Someone I had just met paid for my first car because I trusted it would happen. But see, that's the thing, is I was in a lower place, so I was unafraid. And I always think back to that. I did so many miraculous things and had so many miracles happen to me when I had nothing to lose. I wasn't afraid of anything. And getting back into a state of being unafraid now, when I have already lost things and I don't want to lose them again, that's a little bit more difficult. But that's where I'm at and where I'm trying to get back to, because that's when real miracles happen. So I wanted to talk about, for everyone else, how to ignore your fear and how to know when to ignore your fear. Okay, so there's 3 things that you'll know when to ignore your fear, right? Past lessons. Did it happen before? Are you afraid it's going to happen again? Did you learn the lesson? Because if you learned the lesson, you don't need to be afraid it's going to happen again, right? So ask yourself what the lesson was in it. If it happens in a repeated destructive cycle, learn the lesson and it will not happen again. Another reason to know when to not be afraid is if you're afraid to go into a new job, or afraid to quit your old job, or afraid anything like that, and someone shows up that I just had this happen with a friend. I actually think was really crazy. The friend was thinking about leaving her job, right? And I ran into her at Giant after not talking to her in a year, right? I run into her and I'm like, hey, you should check out this other bar. She was a bartender. I was like, you should check out this other bar. They're hiring right now. And that was external validation for her thought, right? So she was afraid to leave her job. She wanted to leave her job. and then had external validation walk up to her at a grocery store. I don't know why I said it. I just felt like, hey, you should check this place out. And then she had external validation verify that it was time to take action, right? So something happened outside of your thoughts, outside of your head to say, hey, what you've been thinking about, now's the time to move. And that's when you can drop your fear, okay? Also, is it your body trying to protect you? So I've talked a million times about this, and I cannot stress this enough, is when fear is your body trying to protect you or keep you safe, or if you're wanting to do something new that's good for you and it's uncomfortable, it's supposed to be uncomfortable. I do uncomfortable things every day. This is uncomfortable. Like when I come on live, that's uncomfortable. When I announce new courses, that's uncomfortable because I'm like way out of my comfort zone. And that's part of, hey Sam, that's part of life, like growing. Like if we stayed the same and we stayed comfortable exactly right now, would we be happy? Like, I mean, I'm happy, but I'm not growing. I don't know if I could live like this every day until I die. Like, I want to keep learning and growing and, achieving things. That's just in my nature. So when it's your body trying to protect you, that's the third, reason. I know you guys just hopped on. I had a bunch of stuff in the beginning, but I wanted to say that. And have a good Sunday. Let me know if you catch the replay. #replay. Love you guys.